Alright, so my internet's a little spotty today, so if I get, like, laggy or anything weird happens with the video, let me know and I'll see if I can fix it. I'm just gonna do some more mini painting today, because the project I wanted to do isn't ready. I wanted to do the Matryoshka dolls today, and I just finished sanding them this morning, so they're not prepped yet. I have to put the gesso on them. But I sanded them enough that they don't make that horrible shrieking sound, and I can open and close them without having to grip them with a wet towel. So, you know, they're ready to go, but not this week. So I'm going to prep them with gesso probably tonight, and hopefully they'll be ready next week. And if not, I really do want to do their mermaid baby, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to that this month, because I just realized I have family coming into town next week, so I'm going to miss next week's Thursday game stream and the Tuesday art stream the week after that, because I have family coming into town for a wedding, and I don't know if anybody's ever tried to stream in a house with children in it, but it's not gonna happen. I don't have the patience for it. I'm not even gonna try. So just I'm gonna skip that Thursday and the next Tuesday. So that's next week. I will be streaming this upcoming Thursday and next Tuesday, and then I'm gonna take 2 streams off, and then I'll be back. So just a little heads up. Trying to get all the plastic out of the way. I remembered to grab an X-Acto this time so I could open the little mini things at least. Grab a sip of margarita here. Feel free to day drink with me. That's the kind of week I'm having, and you're welcome to join me. So I'm going to try and do a couple of these. And I also got this. Came with a kit that I put together last night, which I got from Sandra at Motor City Dollies. I'm not going to be able to show it on the small camera, so let me make my face cam big for a second. So she just listed these on her shop website. She's going on vacation, so her shop's going to be down for a little bit, but as soon as it comes back, these will be available again. And essentially it just comes as a flat pack, and you open it and you assemble it, and then you can paint it and decorate it. And this is a 1/6 scale size, so put a little Blythe doll next to it so you can see the size. So yeah, I put that together last night, and I'm going to prep this to be painted, and I'm going to paint and decorate this on stream as well. I'm gonna get some fun scrapbooking paper and do the back wall and the shelves in that, and then I'm gonna paint all the rest of it probably black because it's me. And then I'm going to paint this a fun design on here that'll coordinate with the paper. I'm either going to paint on it or I'll use the paper on it. I haven't decided. I have to see what kind of paper I can find to use that first. But yeah, so I got this to put all of my like mini oddities that I've been collecting, but just to put my little mini paintings on here to kind of give you an idea of the scale. So these are 1/6 scale. So if you do doll photography or toy photography with 1/6 scale figures, this is kind of the size that you would want for 1/6 scale miniatures. So this is just some of my stuff that I had on my table on the little shelves, and there I'm knocking everything over. But anyway, I bought that from her. That's Sandra at Motor City Dollies. Her website is motorcitydollies.com. And she included a little Blythe pull ring, which, if you're not familiar with the Blythes, they all come with this little pull ring. And when you pull on it, it changes their eyes. So this is kind of a thing in the Blythe community to have pull rings as decorations on things or prints on fabric or all that kind of stuff. So she included a little pull ring with the kit. So I'm gonna start painting on that today. I don't think I'm gonna finish it because it needs a base coat or two. But I'm gonna do that in between waiting for these to dry. So I can't remember what color I had a request for now. Somebody requested one of the Among Us guys, but I forgot what color they wanted. Shoot. And I don't remember which site they requested it on, so if you're the one who requested, I'm probably not going to get to it today unless I happen to guess the right color because I forgot, so sorry. You can yell at me and I'll make you another one because, again, there were 8 of these and this is only going to be number 2 and number 3, so I have more. I can make you another one and then stick a magnet on it. Was it Instagram maybe? No, it wasn't Instagram. Okay, well, I don't want to spend half my stream looking for a message. I'm just very disorganized this week. That's just the nature of things sometimes. Oh, I did need to pull up the different colors, though, because I'm going to mix some paints to match a color. I should just save the reference image. That would be smarter. And then I wouldn't have to keep pulling it up. Okay, there we go. I just saved the image, so next time I won't have to pull it up. So I'm going to be doing another one of these guys for one of them. And I'm going to hope that I'm guessing the right one because I honestly can't remember what color was requested. It's been a week, guys. So I think I'm going to do... I've done an orange, and I've done a purple, so I don't think it was either of those. Was it maybe green? Or red? I think I'm going to do red. Oh, I need to shake this better. I started almost on time today. Almost. I'm getting better, getting closer. One of these days I'll actually start at 3 o'clock. Oh, there's my clumsy hands. I don't have a napkin or a tissue or anything, do I? Let's check my hoodie pocket. There we go. Okay. Let me try and scrape as much of that. I don't like to waste my paint. Yeah, so I started almost on time today, but as I was starting, I got really hungry all of a sudden. So I made some little 2-minute microwave mashed potatoes and ate those really quick while I was setting up. So I started about 10 minutes late, which I think is as close to my starting time as I've gotten so far. Ugh, I'm just making a mess of everything, but that's alright. I can clean the edges up with a brush. Alright, so I think the red is more of an orangey red, so I'm going to add a little bit of orange. Yeah, add a little orange to both of these. And my orange is rolling away. Reach down and grab that if I need it. Let me pull this bigger. I think a little more orange. So I do need to get that. There it is. Okay. Put a couple of drops this time. Alright, and the request was to also have the sus lettering like the felt painting that I did, so I'm gonna have to make it a little bit smaller than the purple guy that I made last time. I think that might have been too much orange, although, no, I think once that settles, that'll be about right. Yeah, because it looks exactly right on camera, so okay. Not gonna mess with it too much. It doesn't have to be exact, I just want it kind of close. And I'm probably gonna end up saving these, so I should have grabbed empty paint pots. Because if I'm gonna be doing more of these little characters, I sort of underestimated how popular they were gonna be. But, I mean, if I'm gonna end up getting requests to do more of these, then I kind of want to hang on to the paints once they're blended, because that's easier than trying to custom mix them again. Okay, and the shaded section looks more purple than darker red, so I'm going to add a little bit of purple to one of these. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Oh, you know what I didn't save is the blues, because I didn't mix up a lot of them. So I think I'm going to mix just really quick because it's the beginning and I'm still waiting on people to tune in anyway, people probably aren't expecting me to be on time because I haven't been on time so far. So I think I can get away with mixing paints in the beginning. I don't remember. I think I started with this blue and add some white. There we go. That looks about right. So I'm gonna leave about half of that because that's the right base color, and then mix the white in this other half and just stir it up a little bit because it wasn't shaking up right in the tube. Ugh. Yeah, see, it's a little juicy. This color doesn't get used super often, so you gotta mix it a bit better before you're ready to start. Alright, and a little bit of my white. Oh, I'm gonna have to refill my white. It's getting a little low. I think I probably said that last time and then just forgot and put it away without filling it. That might have even been too much. Okay, no, that's probably about right. Because this blue, despite being a muted color, is actually pretty pigmented. In fact, I might even put another little scoop of white in here, just to be safe. Keep the colors different enough. Actually, let me throw a little of this white in instead. Oh, maybe not. That one's also low. Gotta refill all my whites. I have to remember before I put them away this time. Why does this one look a little funny? It's got shiny spots. Probably from the plastic. Okay. I'll grab another sip really quick. My chalks. Sketch it with orange since I'm going to paint with red. Alright, so I need it smaller than this. Probably about 2/3 of that size. I got red on me. Okay. So I'm gonna want the feet to end. I gotta do the upside down thing. Okay, so I want my feet to end about this level instead. That's probably too far over. Yeah, that looks better. I'm going to start with this back leg since that's where I usually have the most issues. I still need to seal these from last time. Okay. Go up to about here. Bring this one up and over. So a little shadow would be to about okay, and then trying to kind of eyeball the center here. I don't know, I feel like that doesn't look right. I know technically it's should be centered with the S and the period, but I think I'm gonna center the letters and just not worry about the little period being centered, because I don't think it's gonna look right. Can't draw on wet canvas, so let's try moving this over to here instead. Yeah, I think that looks better. All right, last call. If you were my requester and you did not want red, speak up. And if not, I promise I'll write it down as soon as I find the comment and or message. Okay. So let me grab probably around Grab my thicker round brush just to start. And let's see. I'm going to start with this one. Just kind of paint it the same way. Fill everything in, and then I'll go back and add the thick black lines. I actually kept the black because last time I mixed a little bit of silver into it to give it a little bit of a reflective surface. So it's just slightly different than my regular black, and I think that that actually worked really well to make it sort of show up on the background. So, you know, you get enough of it from this angle to get the idea, but when you turn it, you do see the black line even against the black background. So I think that that'll be a good paint to just keep on hand as I work on these black canvases, because it blends but it doesn't disappear, you know? And since it was taking a while to dry last time, I think the coats I was doing were too thick. Because again, I'm not skilled at painting on canvas. This is as much a learning exercise for me as it is, you know, just a stream project. Which is why if these go up in my shop anytime soon, they're not going to be priced very high, because I'm not that skilled. Unlike, you know, my sewing, where I've been sewing for over 20 years, and I have a very expensive art education that qualifies me to basically charge whatever I want. I'm not really highly educated in painting. Hobbyist skill garners hobbyist wages, so... So I'm going to do a thinner coat this time. And then when I do the second coat, I'm going to come in with that second coat and do the darker colors on the shaded areas. But just to get the base color down, I want to use all one color. Okay. Bring this out just a little bit to make that more even. Yeah. Okay, I'll set that way off to the side where I can't accidentally bump into it with anything. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to put the first coat down on this one first. I'm just going to do some black. I just have couple of junky brushes just for, you know, filling background spaces. And I definitely need to dump this paint and put some fresher paint in the pot because it's getting a little chonky. You see the little chunks in there, which is generally a sign that your paint is starting to dry out, which is okay, it happens. That's why I tend to work from these little pots that I just refill from my bottles. I don't keep them super full, and that keeps my waste to a minimum. I almost don't even need to paint the sides because it's cut with a glow forge, so they're already pretty dark. I feel like I should be painting something scarier with this music, you know? Kind of reminds me of like Resident Evil. I wish I could play those games. They're a little too scary for me to play, so I just like to watch other people play them. I enjoy them very much, but the tension of trying to survive in a game like that when you're not very good at video games is enough to make it not fun. So I've been watching people playing the new one. That's kind of fun. I feel like it's going to get some real mixed reviews because it's not really a Resident Evil type of game. Like, there's no crazy mutant zombies from what I've seen so far. It's mostly like fairy tale creatures, which I think is really cool because I'm very into myths and legends and fairy tales and all of that kind of stuff. I might actually be able to get away with just one coat of this because it's my favorite Apple Bear Black. It is so opaque and so pigmented. It's honestly like this is the perfect black paint. As much as I might rave about how much I love the Stuart Semple whites, I haven't tried the blacks yet simply because Apple Barrel costs $3 for a big jar. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the perfect black paint. I don't really need anything fancier. It's matte, it's very dark. You can get away with one or two coats on pretty much any project. So, you know, I'm sure the fancy Stuart Semple blacks are fantastic. I'm sure they're worth the cost, but for me, this is all that I need. And it doesn't require all kinds of extra prep work or anything like that. set this one over here and clean my work surface because I see that I have sprayed little black specks everywhere. The one time that I didn't put down my protective hot pink silicone mat, I splatter my table with black. Whoopsies! But that's the other thing, is it's acrylic, so it wipes up real easily. Alright, nobody look at me leaving my brush in the water over there. I'm gonna go for coat number 2. I don't know if it's quite dry enough yet. We'll see. Yeah, I probably could have let it dry a little bit longer. But I think I'm gonna need a few coats of this, unfortunately. So, oops. Yeah, see, I'm pulling up paint. It wasn't dry yet. I really need to grab some red apple barrel paint, but I did not have any today, except for the gloss, which I bought by mistake and have hated every time I've tried to use. So I don't want to use that, even to mix with. It behaves very differently, and I'm just not a fan. Alright, so we're going to set that over there to dry a little bit longer. Okay, this is going to be the hard one, because I'm really determined I want to try and do a portrait, like a really, really tiny portrait with like a Blythe type face. Let me take a good drink of margarita before I start this. Alright. This is scary. I haven't tried to do a face since I left school. I literally have not drawn a single face. It's been 5, 6-ish years. Faces are one of those things that no amount of instruction is going to make me be good at. I just have to practice. You know, logically I know why I struggle with them, but that doesn't make me struggle any less. I just have to practice. This corner's coming untucked a little bit. Just gonna tuck it back in. Alright, stop procrastinating. Here we go. I'm gonna try a face. Let me move this so I have a little bit more room. I want to do it 3/4, so I think I'm actually going to grab one of my dolls behind me. Oh, here. Here. Oh boy, okay. Oh, it's gonna stop me and ask if I'm still wanting it to go. I don't know why it won't just play music playlists in the background. It's fucking YouTube bullshit. Okay. You know, this canvas, it's got like shiny spots on it. I know I'm probably just procrastinating, but I don't care. I'm gonna try on one of my good ones, and I might regret that, but I still have 4 more left, so. I just feel like, since this is something I know I struggle with, that I probably should do it on a surface that is a little more friendly to drawing and painting. Because I know I mentioned last time I did mini painting that the flat canvases are a little harder to work with because of the angle that they sit at. It's, you know, it's very flat, and it makes it hard to hold my hand in a comfortable position. So I think this is going to be better. I might just be making excuses before I even start for why this is going to be bad, but I'm going to try. Okay. So I'm going to start with a little pointy chin. Okay. Alright, little nose is going to go this way. No. Oh, I hate doing noses. Maybe I just won't. We'll just leave the nose for last, and I can decide if I want to even do it on the sketch or wait until I start painting. Alright, so the big old round eyes. Let's do those. There's one big old eye. There's the other one. Oh, that looks so awkward. No, I think I know why I'm hating looking at this, and I'm just going to try and do this instead. That's better. Okay. I want to give my little character some V-bangs. Bring the hair down. So it needs to come up more on this side. Ah, what did I do to the shape of that head? Oh no. This is why I have to stop being a baby and just practice doing faces, because Then I try to do them for the first time in years, and I end up doing really crazy shapes on the head. Just make it round. Alright, there we go. Bring some hair down. And the neck would go here. Not leaning so much in that direction. Alright, I feel like that's passable to start painting. What do you guys think? It's so bad. Oh, I'm sorry. This is gonna be rough. But it's something I need to do more often. And you know, I really like when the artist channels that I watch on YouTube will show them doing things they're not super confident at. And they just kind of look at it and they're like, oh no, this is awful. What have I done? Because it makes me feel like I'm not a total failure if there's things that I look at and think are terrible. And I'm sure it's not as bad as I'm thinking it is. It's just that, you know, it's something I'm not confident in. So automatically, every time I look at it, I'm going to think it's bad. I just want to get rid of some of these chalk lines that are a little outside of where I want to be painting. Okay. All right. Rhonda, your doll is my model today. I promise I'll get to her face soon. That was going to be today's project, and I didn't get her sanded in time, so that was my backup project for today. So not only did I fail at getting my main project done today, or ready and prepped to be done today, but I also failed at getting my backup project prepped in time. But I'm here. I'm working. We'll get there. Alright, I'm just trying to lift a little bit more of this chalk. It doesn't really make a difference, but if you have a whole bunch of chalk down in a small area like this, it can make the paint go on a little uneven. So, got a lot of those chalk lines cleaned up now. I'm gonna... Oh boy. I'm still nervous, man. Is my red done yet? Can I procrastinate on this any further? Yeah, okay. Red's nice and dry, so I'm gonna put in the next coat on the red. And I'm actually gonna use a fill brush. Let me get the brush a little damp. Ooh, this brush needs to be replaced. This is a very old brush. I think I'm going to do a second base coat just to get it real good and even before I lay down the shading color. Alright. Coat number 2. I think it's gonna need 3 before it's done. This red is just not coming out real opaque. Procrastinate a tiny bit more. I'm just really nervous about doing a face, even like a cartoony kind of a face. It's a face, and I haven't done a face in over half a decade. Probably closer to 10 years than 5. I can't think, I'm trying to think when the last year that I was in school was. I want to say it was 2015. October of 2015. So it's been a while. I haven't done a face since then. I've done some faceless figures. I had to take this off one ear because I literally can't even hear myself talking. I don't want to be shouting at you just because I have headphones on and can't hear myself. But yeah, so I've done faceless figures since I left school, but I haven't done a single face. And my art teachers would be very disappointed in me if they heard me say that. So I'm trying to change that. I wanna challenge myself more on my art streams, because I figure there's plenty of people on Twitch. Not that everybody knows that, because when I started telling people that I started a Twitch channel, they were like, "Oh, but I thought you didn't really play video games that often." Which, first of all, I I don't. I also don't like to play video games when people watch me because it's something I'm not good at, and again, that's why I put myself on camera doing it, is because I'm trying to build confidence in myself in general, and I figure that's a good way to do it, is doing things I'm not confident in my abilities in front of people. But anyway, yeah, so I started telling people that I was making a Twitch channel, and, you know, everybody would bring up video games, or they'd be like, "Oh, so what games are you gonna play?" And I'd say, "No, I'm starting an art channel." And they'd be very confused, because apparently not a lot of people know that there are art Twitch channels. But there's art channels, there's music channels, there's all kinds of things on Twitch. Like, it's really not just video games, and I think that's really awesome. But anyway, the point I was getting to was that I think that there's already a lot of artists on Twitch who do things that they're very confident in, and they're just kind of having fun sharing their skills. But something I didn't see a lot of when I was first considering starting my channel is people doing things that they don't really know how to do, and they just kind of try something new and kind of learn with their audience as they go. And I thought that that was such a cool idea, because a lot of people who will come to the art side of Twitch will probably come looking for maybe inspiration or looking to learn, but not necessarily already having the skills. And because that's what I did. And if that's, you know, the position you're in, it can be really intimidating to tune into Twitch and see only people who are really, really good at everything that you're not good at. So, you know, I do intend to show things that I am good at and that I know how to do, and kind of walk people through and maybe teach a little bit. But I also want to learn with you guys. And I want to sort of show everybody that you're not going to be awesome at everything the first time you try it, and that's okay. And that what matters is that you're having a good time doing it and that you're learning something. Even if you don't feel like you're mastering a skill, if you're learning a new way to do something, that's important too. So, you know, things that I already do, like paint doll faces and figure drawing and all of that, like I could just do that all the time on my channel, but I don't know that that would be super interesting to watch. But watching somebody take the skills that they have and try new projects with those skills that they haven't done before seems like it would be kind of fun to watch. I'm still procrastinating because I'm scared to start this phase. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I enjoy watching on YouTube a lot from the art YouTubers that I follow is, you know, trying new kinds of projects that they haven't done before that utilize skills that they already have. So I've kind of tried to make sure that at least my earlier videos have all been things where I'm kind of challenging myself. Just so that I can kind of try and provide something on my channel that isn't already all over the art side of Twitch that a bunch of channels already do. And something I do want to try, I wanted to try it this month, but just because of the fact that I have family coming and I have to kind of rearrange things, I'm not going to be able to, you know, make big messes or anything like that because I have to get my entire house cleaned between next Tuesday's stream and Wednesday/Thursday when they arrive. So I kind of just pushed it back until next month. But yeah, something I want to do next month is I want to go to some of those channels like what's it called, Troom and 5 Minute Crafts, and do some of their little hacks and things like that that they have on their channels, and kind of just try some of those out and see if any of them are good. Specifically, I was looking at glue gun ones that they had some that looked kind of fun that might actually look like they may actually work, and also things for painting, which is something I've been doing a lot on my channel. I didn't think I would be doing a lot of painting because I'm not really primarily a painter. Like, this isn't the medium that I'm used to working in, but I find it really relaxing. It's not stressful to do. It's something I can do while talking. And it's something that I really have been trying to build my skills in for years, and I still feel like I have a lot of room for improvement. So I want to keep doing it. Because I need to practice. Wow, this white is almost empty. I'm gonna have to definitely try and remember to fill this before it gets put away this time. Trying to get a fleshy kind of color mixed up here, but I want it real pale because this little character that I'm going to be painting is a little vampire. I don't know. I feel like that might be a little too dark still. Give it a minute to settle. And mix the color that I want to use for the hair. Let me put it over one so that I have a little bit of room here. So anyone that follows my Instagram is probably at least vaguely familiar with my vampire doll Lilith, who was my first custom Blythe doll. And I'm going to paint her. So she has this really pretty dark teal hair. Oh, it's probably too much of the phthalo blue. It's one of Bob Ross's favorite colors, phthalo blue. Yeah, that's much too dark. I was worried because this green is so vibrant, but I think it's not quite as pigmented as the blue. So I need a little bit more to counter it. There we go, let's bring it a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this color matched exactly because it's a really, really pretty color, but it's so unique. But I'm going to try. Put a little bit more green in here. I feel like this fleshy color is still a little too dark. It's funny, the color that I mixed with the white is it's like a beige tan kind of color. I used it to paint a pie. It feels kind of weird to mix pie color to make skin color, but it is kind of the same base. I feel like this isn't as vibrant as her hair, but it might be the closest I'm gonna get. So I'm gonna put a little bit more white into the skin color. Where's my white? There we go. Ooh, I'm really scraping the bottom. I have to leave enough to do the little reflections on the Among Us crewmate's visor and on my portrait. There we go. This is more of a creamy kind of skin color. My camera's washing it out real bad, but I hope I have enough little jars to save all of these, because these colors that are getting mixed today are all coming out kind of nice. Alright, set this aside. I'm going to lay her face color down and then do the next color on the little Among Us guy. Put my phone over here so it doesn't get paint all over it. Okay. Oh, I need to leave white for her eyeballs too. Almost forgot. Whoopsies. Okay, this is gonna need a couple of coats too, so that's okay. This is why I always do more than one project at a time when I'm painting. Oops, I just made the eye too small. That's okay, I can come back and fix that. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, this is why I always do more than one painting project at a time, because you'll usually need more than one coat, and in between drying, you can work on the other project. Am I even on the camera? I have my palette in the way. I will get better at painting on camera. I feel like I'm starting to get better because at least I'm recognizing, without having to be told, that I'm blocking my hands. Kind of starting to pick up on when I have stuff positioned in the way. Let me just paint over that. I do want to leave the lips kind of exposed though. Right, I want to add the eyes in. Alright, with my crappy lighting, it's probably not going to look like there's any difference between the skin and eye color. But I promise there is. I can see it, even if you guys can't see it. I know I got real quiet, but I just kind of have to focus. Because again, this is not something I am confident in my skills on. I'm not very good at faces. Okay. One small little area that I need to. There we go. Got some air bubbles I gotta try and knock out of there. On second thought, I think I am gonna fill the lips in. Because what I think I want to do is try and do them with pastels after the paint has dried. So, back to the red guy. Okay. No comments, so whoever my requester was, they are not watching today. Which makes me think it probably wasn't in the comments on my video. It was probably, it could have been on my Instagram. Because I do post these on there after I finish them. I always post, you know, a little, here's what I made on my stream today. And I also post, oops, brush was a little bit too wet. You just dab, dab, dab. There we go. So, yeah, I post, after I've streamed, I post, you know, a little, here's what I made. And then also, if I'm going to be selling it, and where I'll be selling it. Which is generally my shop, which is alteregodesigns.storenvy.com. But I do also sell in a market group on Facebook, which is the Handmade Oddities Market. So if there's a sale going on there that weekend, I may make something on stream that will be in that sale before I offer it in my shop. So if you're not following me on Instagram, probably going to want to do that. Just so that you get the little heads up of if things are going to be for sale, where they're going to be, and sort of when they're going to be. And my Instagram is Alter Ego Chris, CHRISS. Alright, and this is starting to look more opaque. So, yeah, that's nice and opaque now. So I'm going to add the shaded areas. And I'm going to need my liner brush to outline those areas first. Ah, my brush is trying to roll away. I don't like to use round brushes very often because of their tendency to roll. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that, but I prefer this kind of shape, not just because they don't roll, but because they're ergonomic, and I have hand issues that I know I've talked about. I also have some that have these really nice little jelly grips on them. And I have this kind, which has a thicker barrel that kind of tapers down. So again, it's an ergonomic grip on it. And then I've got this little dude, which is my little stumpy brush, which has like a rubbery kind of feel to it that's sort of nice. Just in case anybody was wondering what kind of brushes I use. Oh, these are getting a little thick from sitting. Let me give them a quick stir just to liven them back up. Alright. So I'm going to go kind of about here. I don't know if I mentioned on my streams, but I am in the market for a new camera. I know I mentioned I was having problems with this one, and I just decided that it's going to be too much trouble to try and get it replaced, especially considering it was like $15 on Prime Day. So I'm just going to get a new one. If anyone has camera recommendations for streaming, let me know. I would ideally not like to spend a whole lot because I am on SSI. It's not much money at all. I have about $250-ish left over every month after bills. If that. So obviously anything that's like a $500 camera is not going to be something I can afford. Oh, hey Julie. That's okay. Yeah, I was saying earlier how I dropped the ball on not just one, but two projects. Both my planned project and my backup project were not ready today, so that's just the kind of day it is. I'm day drinking some raspberry margarita because otherwise I would lose my mind today. So I'm just doing mini paintings again because I always have supplies for mini paintings ready to go. And I had somebody request one of these little Among Us guys, and unfortunately I can't find the comment and or message, so I'm hoping that they wanted red because that's the color I decided to do today since I couldn't find their request. And then I also I'm doing a little tiny portrait. This is the first face I've painted in somewhere over 5 years. I was saying I left school in, I think, October of 2015, and that was the last time I painted a face. I have only done faceless figures since then. So I was really scared, and I kept procrastinating on that the whole stream. I think I started that like half an hour ago, and I started on time today, so the whole rest of the stream was me rambling and just sort of painting this little dude and painting this that came with my kit from Sandra. So alright, and I think probably about here-ish. and a lot of time mixing paints too. So I tried to mix a color for, I'm painting Lilith, and this is as close as I could get to her hair color. So we're gonna see what that looks like on the canvas after I get done with Red Guy here. Isn't it cute? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. I saw, I think it was Elizabeth say she was gonna make hers into a keychain. I don't know if I want to put mine in a keychain because my keychains all go in my purse and they get kind of beat up. And it's so cute, I kind of want to put it somewhere where it's just going to be displayed and look nice. I don't know why these reds are so translucent today. But I'm having to do so many coats of these because they just won't get any coverage. I don't know what's up with that. I think I made this dude a little too squashed, but I know my requester wanted the sus on the bottom and I can't fit it if I do them all stretched out. I probably should have made it narrower. These canvases are so small though. Alright, I'm gonna set that aside for a little bit. Actually, no, I want to do the blue before I do this, just because my paints are starting to congeal from sitting. So. Yeah, I don't even use my keys all that often. Because I don't really go out very much. And we now have a, what do you call it? The garage door where you have a keypad. So even the rare occasions I do go out, half the time I just go in through the garage because I want to grab a drink on my way in anyway. So I'll just, you know, I'll open the garage, grab some water in the fridge, and not even touch the keys. So my key rings are not in good shape. Some of them I've had almost since high school. And I just always forget that they're even on there until, you know, one of those rare occasions when I go to use my key. And then I'm like, man, these things are turning black from rubbing all over the inside of the purse. I should probably replace these. And then I just don't because I never use my keys. I do have them on a lanyard that's really nice. I got it from one of the sellers in my market group. I was talking about that handmade market, handmade oddities group. And it's supernatural. So it's got the Winchesters on it. And that's like the only thing that's managed to stay nice because it hangs around around the purse strap. So it's not completely submerged in the abyss. Yeah, without doxing myself, I will say that I use the keypad that is on, or not the keypad, the number code that's on the keypad for just about everything that requires a 4-digit code. So if anybody ever gets a hold of that, I'm basically screwed. My entire identity could be stolen with those 4 numbers, but I mean, it's a really obscure set of numbers, so I highly doubt that anybody would even realize why those numbers are associated with me. So I feel pretty safe using it for everything, otherwise I would absolutely forget the code all the time. But yeah, if you ever figure out my 4-digit code, you can get in my house, you can use my debit cards, you can get into my library account. It's the only 4-digit number that I can ever remember, so I use it for everything. I mean, I guess I probably shouldn't say that online, but again, it's a super obscure number that I don't think anybody would even know that that number is associated with my identity in any way, because it's really not. It's like you basically have to have known me my entire life to understand why that number means anything. But it's the only 4-digit number I can remember. So please don't steal it because my brain won't remember another one. I'm getting my hands in the way of my painting again. I will get better about remembering not to do that. I will. Eventually, I'm just not going to do it at all, and my hands will be out of the way the entire time. So I think this color came out a lot more green than teal, but because the blue I was mixing it with is so pigmented, I'm kind of afraid to try and blend it anymore. So I think I'm just gonna stick with it. I think it actually kind of works. Okay, yeah. Not hating that. Get the second coat down on the face. And try and do it without covering the eyes. I get a smaller liner brush. I don't know if the eyes are even showing up as a different color on here. My lighting is really bad today. It's been raining basically every day for over a week at this point. I have so much stuff just out in my living room that I was trying to get product photos of things so I could get it listed in my shop. My mom finally got annoyed and asked me last week, she's like, this stuff isn't just gonna live out here now, is it? I was like, no, I will put it away if the sun ever comes out and lets me take pictures of it. Of course, that wouldn't keep happening if I would just take the pictures of things and get them listed as soon as they're finished, instead of waiting until I have a giant batch and then trying to do them all at once. But I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently, because I just do that to myself every time. I don't know if the eyes are even showing up. Oh, there they go. Now they're showing up on my camera. So I thought it would be easier to do, you know, a Blythe portrait as my first face in 5 or 6 years, because they have, you know, proportions that aren't totally realistic, and I wouldn't have to worry about getting everything perfect. But truthfully, I don't think this is any easier. I think it's almost harder because of the cartoony proportions. Because I don't have much practice doing faces that aren't very realistic. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Most of the practice I have with doing faces is with fashion illustration. and I tended to get comments that my fashion figures had faces that kind of looked like Archie comics characters. So I guess they weren't terribly realistic, but you know, they're still generally the right proportions. Oh, you can see the eyes. Okay. Yeah, so I had to go back and do the eyes because as I was doing the first coat of the flesh color on the face, I accidentally painted over them too much because I wasn't paying attention, and you know, I didn't have it in my head to do, you know, big cartoony Blythe size eyeballs. And I painted them down almost to normal size, and then I was like, oh no, that's not gonna look right. Oh no, I made my painting too normal. Which is exactly the kind of complaint that I would have. I'm debating if I should bring this bit here all the way down to the bottom just because the head goes all the way up to the top. I'm not sure. I think maybe I should. Again, just because the top does go, or the hair does go all the way up to the top. I think it would look a little less wonky if I bring it all the way down. So I'm gonna add a shoulder. Oh, my quality is... I can see my quality dropping a little bit. My internet is a little spotty today. It is super windy outside. It's not supposed to rain today. It's rain, like I was saying, it's rained like every day for over a week. It's not supposed to rain today. Otherwise, I would have postponed my stream. It sure looks like it wants to rain today. Oops. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to... There we go. I was so nervous to start this. Okay, good. Yeah, I can see on my screen, it gets a little pixelated every so often. So I think that might just be, my display on OBS, my recording software. So that makes me feel a little better. At least it's not affecting the stream. So yeah, I was so nervous to start this portrait because I haven't done a face in so many years. But now that I've started, I kind of don't want to go back to the other painting because this is more fun. I just want to keep working on her. But I do have to wait for this layer to dry. So I do have to go back to the other one. At least for a little bit. I have to get in there with my liner for that corner. Do this really quick. Just try and get up in these corners. There's clouds rolling in, about to steal all my light. I don't have my ring light set up today because it was actually just bright enough in here to get away without it. Hope that wind just keeps blowing the clouds away. Take them back. Normally I'm all about cloudy days, but I really need a sunny day so I can get enough natural light to do my product photos. And I need light today to do my stream. I really don't like to use the ring light if I can get away with it, because kind of like my camera, my ring light was a really cheap Amazon flash deal purchase that cost me all of $13, and it makes this awful high-pitched kind of like a buzzing sort of a sound when it's on, and I don't like it. That's okay. Thanks for joining me while you could. I hope you enjoyed it. I will definitely be posting my little mini Blythe portrait when she's done, so it'll be on my Instagram later. Either tonight or tomorrow. I'm thinking I want to do some pastels on some of it. So, thanks for joining me for a bit. Always nice chatting with you. I know I had a viewer before, but they weren't chatting, so... Bye, Julie. Have fun at the craft store. Oh, I want my liner for the lettering. Whoops. Sorry, I have some notifications popping up. I'm just making sure this isn't anything that's gonna crash my stream. Okay, yeah, it's just telling me that my signal may not be great. Thanks, I noticed. Oh, you know what? I actually think I want my little stubby brush for this. It's a little more evenly weighted, so I think it'll probably work better for lettering. Just get a little bit of water in there. And I can really bunch up on it so that I have a little better control on this one. Oh, my hand's in the way again. Damn it! So much for getting better. I promise I will get better about that as I go on. I won't always be painting either, so hopefully some of the other things I do will be easier to do without having my hand right up in the project. Like, I really want to do sculpting on stream. It's just that, sculpting requires a lot more prep work. So, and it makes a much bigger mess. So, you know, I have to actually be prepared for that, which clearly I wasn't this week, having not prepared my planned project or my backup project. I will hopefully get better about that as I go too. You know, it's all just growing pains. I'm a very new channel. I've only been doing this on and off for about a month. So I'm just learning things. I know I was talking earlier about how one of the things that I really want to do with my channel is just learn new things. So, you know, it's kind of fitting that I don't really know what I'm doing as far as streaming. Because I also get to learn that. And something else I'm kind of hoping to learn as I go is how to edit these streams down so I can put them on YouTube. Because I think that some of these projects would be good YouTube videos. I just have to figure out how to do the sort of sped up time lapse kind of thing with the painting. Because most people on YouTube aren't going to want to sit and watch me paint for hours. You know, the only reason that's really enjoyable for anyone on Twitch is because it's live and, you know, there's chatting happening at the same time. You're talking to me and having a conversation. But obviously that's not going to translate super well to YouTube. Either, you know, me having a conversation with myself or painting for hours, talking to people who aren't speaking back. So I think if I just figure out how to save these streams and then upload them on YouTube as just like a time-lapse kind of thing with a voiceover, I think that that would be better. Oh, this paint is getting so clumpy. I really tried to do this fast enough that it wouldn't dry up, but I think that this blue that I mixed with is just going bad, which kind of bums me out because I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. And I hate wasting any of my supplies, even if it is $1.50 tube of paint. I still feel bad because that's money that I spent and I was sure I was going to use it and I just really didn't. Oh, my paint water's starting to look like chocolate milk. We're coming up on 5:30. I'm at least going to finish the colors on this one, if not the outline. And I would like to do the same with the other one, at least get the colors down, if not, you know, the outlines and details. The brush was too wet. Okay. I really want to at least try to finish this one. paint on the top, or did I scratch off the black gesso? No, it looks like a spot in the black gesso. Stop pausing my music playlist. I don't have the screen open because I'm trying to watch OBS. I can't see my comments if I have the YouTube music screen up. Should probably just get Spotify like every other millennial. I just don't want it. I don't want another social media thing. I have so many accounts and I already don't know the passwords for any of them. I pretty much just reset my password every time I have to log into something, because I never remember. I know these are probably things I shouldn't say online, but what the hell? Nobody watches my videos anyway. I have like 5 regular viewers and that's it. Not that I don't love my 5 regular viewers, but you guys are the only ones watching. I imagine I'll have an audience at some point eventually, I just don't have one yet. Give this a little mix. Try and figure out where I'm going to start this. Oh my god, this light! There's just clouds like rolling through. I keep losing my light for like 10 seconds. I think I made the backpack thingy a little too wide and round this time, but it's alright. I don't think it looks bad. Looks okay. Oh my god, allergies. I got a different litter for my rabbit because I couldn't find the one that I usually get anywhere except Amazon, and Amazon was taking like a week to send it to me. But unfortunately, the one I replaced it with was feline pine. I think I'm allergic to it. I get sneezy if I'm sitting near her cage for too long now. My eyes have been like itching and watering for about a week. My nose gets real stuffy. And I don't go outside because it's, and especially in the past week, because it's been raining every day. So I know it's not because of something outside. And the only thing that's changed inside is her litter. And I'm really bummed because the feline pine is like $10 cheaper. It's significantly cheaper, and there's non-name brand alternatives to it apparently at the hardware store that are used in like fire pits and things. So, you know, I would have been able to continue using essentially the same thing for half the price of the litter that I was buying from the beginning, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to it. So I don't get to save money, I guess. I have to keep struggling to find the yesterday's news pellet litter, which is a little frustrating. But I'm not completely sure that it's that, because every now and then, like, I just develop allergies to random things. So it could be anything in my house that's doing it. So I'm gonna wait and give it, like, after this stuff runs out, I'm gonna give it about a week-ish of using the regular stuff again. And if I magically am no longer sneezy and itchy and having watery eyes and stuff, then obviously I'm allergic to the feline pine. But if it doesn't go away, then it's something else in the house, and I'm just gonna keep buying the cheap litter. And it's not just that I want to cheap out on supplies. Anybody who knows me knows how much I spoil my rabbit. And that's part of the problem, is that I spend so much money spoiling her that it gets really expensive to cover all of the other basic needs too. So if I could potentially be saving like $10, $15 on her litter, that's definitely savings that I'm going to want to take advantage of. Unless, you know, like I said, I'm allergic to it, and then obviously I can't be doing that. Especially because I am already extremely allergic to Timothy hay, which anybody with rabbits will tell you is not something you can get away from when you have rabbits. That's, you know, the primary part of their diet. She eats Timothy hay pellets, she eats Timothy hay. Her treats have Timothy hay in them. You can't get away from it. It's everywhere. So if I'm also allergic to her litter, then all of a sudden I can't, like, hang out on the floor with my rabbit anymore. So if it comes down to, do I want my rabbit cuddles, or do I want to save $10 on litter, I'm just not going to save the money. Because despite the fact that I am now vaccinated and I can go out, most of my friends are not. I got vaccinated because I am a high-risk person and I became eligible before them. So until they can get vaccinated, we can technically hang out as long as they continue to wear masks. But it's just been easier to just wait until everybody is vaccinated. But it's kind of lonely still, you know? I miss my friends. I want to see them. Just cleaning up the edges on this. Alright. I think the messiness around the letters is all chalk, so I'm just going to wait until it dries and wipe that away. Just going to touch up, there's some little spots where the gesso was kind of worn, which I'm sure wasn't helped by my constant wiping at it while I was doing my chalk sketches. So I'm just going to touch these edges up. And I realize that I'm holding it so the camera can't see it at all. Just give me a minute. I kind of can't do this if I'm holding it up to the camera, so... Alright. So, there's that one. Alright. I really hope it was red that was requested. I'm sorry I can't remember. I'm terrible. It's been a rough week. After a rough month. Alright. I feel like that's a bit cleaner. Yeah. Okay. So there's that one done. I'm gonna try and get this one at least most of the way done. I want to at least get the paint done. I think I'm going to... Yeah, I think I'm going to do like watercolor pencils and pastels and stuff to try and get the facial features on there so they stay nice and kind of soft. So I'm going to finish laying down the flesh tone here. And then I may call it a day on this one too, just for now. So I know this was kind of a short stream again, but I'm kind of tired, to be honest. I had kind of a rough weekend fighting with my brain to finish a project that I knew I was more than capable of that just wasn't working out again. I know I've mentioned on my Instagram a couple of times about the Loki costume commission that I'm doing, which it's not even that I can't do it, because it's definitely like, it's not a complex project compared to some things that I've made in the past. It's just that my brain was not wanting to cooperate to make the patterns work the way that I wanted them to. I need my pencil. Okay. Actually, let me do the mouth too really quick. Is this the round? No, I need the liner. It's also the round. Where's my liner? Uh-oh. Alright, whatever. I need just the small one. Go over the eyelids. I think I need to go over this. I don't like where that ended up. I'm gonna redraw the mouth once that dries. Alright, so I'm liking this a little better. I need black. Oh no! Messy, messy, messy. I guess I can work from the cap. So, I'm gonna take this, give her a little necklace. And get the little sleeves. Oh. That went over the edge too much. Fix that. Damn it. I pulled that black too far over the edge and now I can't get it cleaned up again. I think I'm just going to have to wait for it to dry, because I keep touching it with the wet paint and it's just making a mess. Alright, well, I'm going to put the pupils in, do another coat on the hair, and then probably call it a day. This brush has this little stray hair, and I'm just worried that it's going to drag the pupils out over that beautiful crisp white, and I don't want to do that. So let me do my itty bitty liner instead. I should have just not painted the edges until I was done, because I should have known myself better than that. Alright. It's this red that I don't particularly love, but I don't have a good red other than this. Okay. I know I'm not talking a lot. Sorry, I'm just getting kind of tired. I want to get the bits down that I want to lay down before I call it a day for this stream. So I'm just kind of trying to focus right now. Let's add some little hairs down here. I think I cut in too close to the face on this side. Touch that up really quick. Do some of this. Nearly finished here. Just touching up these corners. And then I think I'm going to let these dry, and I'm going to seal it up for now, because the rest of what I want to do with mostly watercolor pencils and pastels, so that I can get really, really teeny lines and nice soft edges on various areas. So I think I'm going to seal up the paint that's on there before I start doing anything else. I'm going to let it dry, put on a coat of matte varnish, and then I'm going to start adding in more of the details. So here's this one. I thought I was going to hate it. I'm actually pretty happy with how it's coming out, especially considering I haven't drawn a face in I don't know, like 5-6 years. And I haven't painted a face. I don't think ever. I don't know that I've ever painted a face. I've drawn faces. I've made watercolor suggestions of faces. I don't know that I've ever actually painted a face. So I'm pretty happy with how that's coming along. And then this little dude, which again, I really hope the request was for red. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. I promise I'll get your color next time. I will write it down. Oh, you know what I forgot is the little white reflection line. Let me do that really quick, because I want to seal these after they dry. So I'm just gonna put that little reflection line in here. Come on. Okay. There's that. So I think that's gonna be it for today. Finish this little dude. And Lilith. So thank you for watching. Gonna be doing my games stream as usual on Thursday at 9. Let's see, next Tuesday I will probably do a stream. I'm not totally sure yet because, like I said, I have family driving all the way up from Virginia for a wedding. So, I don't know. It's gonna depend on how much of my house is ready for them to visit. If I need to take an extra day to get everything like cleaned and prepared to have tiny humans in my house, I may skip the stream. But I'm gonna be on top of that schedule. I will not forget this time. So I'll make sure the schedule gets out on Monday, and we'll let everybody know if there's going to be a Tuesday stream or not. But unless you hear otherwise, assume that the Tuesday stream is happening. Next Thursday's game stream will be canceled, though. And then probably the Tuesday art stream after that. We'll see. I don't know when they're going home and how long it's going to take to get my house back to a place where it doesn't feel like total chaos, so that I feel like I can work comfortably again. This isn't a house that normally has children in it, so, you know, a lot of things have to happen before the children can be inside of the home. And then, again, to make it back into my home from a children's safe home again. So, hopefully I'll be back by Tuesday and I'll just miss next Thursday's game stream. But, just in case, I do just want to put it out there that that is a possibility that I may miss the art stream the week after. So, I will be missing for sure next Thursday's game stream. This week, I'm going to go back to BioShock. Phasmophobia doesn't seem to want to stream very well, so until I figure out how to fix those issues, I'm just going to play that one off stream. So I'm going to go back to BioShock this Thursday at 9 o'clock. And then next Tuesday, if my house is ready enough that I can do some more art things. Let's see, I want to do the Matryoshka dolls. So that's the plan, is to paint those. I know it's going to be another painting stream, but painting is the easiest to clean up from, which is my main concern at the moment with people coming into my house and needing to be prepared for that. So let me just pull this up really quick. Oh god, look at that mess behind me. There's bags from the fabric store. It's not a pile of trash, I promise. It's bags from the fabric store that I haven't put away yet. So, oh god, this hair. I'm gonna be fixing this tomorrow before the wedding too. I'm not going to a wedding with yellow hair. But yeah, so let me just unplug this camera and move it away from the paint water because it's making me nervous. There we go. Okay, so Thursday this week I will be playing BioShock. Tuesday next week, if my house is ready, at 3 o'clock I will be doing another art stream, and I'll be doing the Russian dolls. And the Thursday of that week, I will be skipping my stream because children. Hopefully I will be back that next Tuesday. I may not. If I am back, I'm hoping to paint the octopus baby. Where is he? Can you see him? Just where's my camera? This way, this way, this way. Just over my shoulder there. So if I can manage to get him finished sculpting, I will paint him. Otherwise, I have Blythe dolls that need to be carved and sculpted and all of that. So it'll for sure be a sculpting stream if I come back that Tuesday after next week. If not, then the art stream will be the week after that. I'm just gonna stop rambling because I'm starting to confuse myself. I'm sure I'm confusing you. Anyway, BioShock on Thursday. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.